in 100 minutes for 1 million tingles in celebration of 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much, and while I haven't gotten my physical play button yet, it's on its way soon. So again, thank you everybody. I really appreciate it. And yes, this is going to be a 100-minute long video. One of my longest videos yet on the channel, and we are doing 100 triggers, and we're going to have a few little new ones. We're going to have the classics. We're going to bring back some that I used in my very first ASMR video. And we're just starting off right now with some hand sounds. Fast and aggressive hand sounds to start the video, because my first video that took off was a hand sound video. And next up on the list is the purple mattress, because this has been a mainstay on my channel for a very long time. Thank you everyone so much. Okay. Next up, we have the raptor claws, because pound for pound, I think this is the most popular trigger on my channel. And while I've seen people use them before, I really think my style is pretty unique. Slow and aggressive. Slow and aggressive. And a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. And then the next trigger. A little bit of Raptor Claw Disco Ball. Raptor Claw Disco Ball. By the way, this video is mostly fast and aggressive if you haven't noticed. So let's set this guy down. Hope it doesn't make a loud noise. I'm doing this with as minimal edits as I possibly can. And next up is going to be the little green hat. The little leprechaun hat. Makes a really nice thumpy bassy anyways, up next is the Morph Worm, which has affectionately begun to be called the anti-cringe scanner. So skidding. And this will be back later on in the video. Up next, one of the first triggers I ever did, and I think I did this on my very first ASMR video, but this is in reference to my favorite ASMR artist, the OG, the one who started it all for me, and it's Taffy, because the case makes good sounds. The case makes good sounds. The case makes good sounds. And my stomach is going crazy today. But up next is another fan favorite. We're gonna give them the clamps to start off this video early with the clamps. Give them the clamps. Give them the clamp. Gotta give them the clamps. We gotta give them the clamps. Gotta give them the clamp. Give them the clamps. Give them the clamps. We're gonna give them the clamps. Give them the clamps. Give them the clamps. Give them the clamps. I love these clamps. Give them the clamps. Give them the clamps. Giving you the clamps. Okay, I'm gonna set these here for a minute. Next up, another classic. The mini red solo cups. We're gonna tap on the mini red solo cups. Speed tapping, speed tapping on the mini red solo cups. We might do something else with those in a moment because we got one more thing to speed tap on. And this might be the simplest trigger on my channel. It's a piece of cardboard that is coated in this soft feel paint from the box of the Stanley Cup, a limited edition Stanley Cup that Mrs. Rynsey won. And this is the piece of cardboard that I speed tapped on TikTok, and JoJo duetted me, so, well, call me out the video. This holds a special place in my heart. candle, you guys. The candle makes great sounds. It's been a minute since we've used the bristly eggs. The bristly eggs all over my face. The bristly eggs. Bristly eggs on my beanie. The Rynsey red hat. Bristly eggs make a very nice sound, and they've been highly recommended. And these aren't really a fast and aggressive trigger, but there's a few non-fast triggers in this video. Out my beard a little bit. This is the softest brush I have ever felt in my life. The softest brush I have ever felt. The softest brush I have ever felt. And on the converse side, something that is actually a little dusty, but I personally, I kind of fell off of the controller clicking ASMR myself, But it's still really nice. Especially the PS5 controller. Very nice. Okay. And next is one that I recently started doing. It's a little weird for a 41-year-old man to be doing this one, but why not? Sorry you had to see that, everybody. Up next is a trigger I have not done in a while as well, and it's unscrewing the mic, which I was told by several people in the comments years ago that they had never seen before. This might be a little loud to be so close up. This little 4-key keyboard fidget toy. Which you can get some pretty fast tapping on. It's pretty nice. I do like that fidget toy, and now we have another classic that I have not used in a long time. It's my leather wallet. My leather wallet tapping. Some leather tapping. I feel like this wallet has been worn out a little bit since the last time I used it. I remember it sounding a little bit better, honestly. I really do remember it sounding a little bit better. Here's another one that I have not used in a very long time, is my Rubik's Cube. And I used to be able to solve a Rubik's Cube, and I think it was 1 minute and 27 seconds was my best time. But I have since tried to do it, and I've forgotten how to solve it quickly. I'm going to have to practice and relearn, and maybe do it in a short, or during a video, or during a live stream, maybe. That would be pretty cool, right? That would be pretty cool. Anyway, it's a Rubik's Cube, but it's not the Rubik's brand. In my opinion, they're not a very high quality Rubik's Cube. Buy yourself one that has ball bearings and runs really smoothly when you twist and turn it, if you're interested in cubing. This one's a strange one, but the true OGs will know what it is. I'm not gonna tell you until the end. If you know what this is, put it in the comments right now. If you remember from my very first video. So, in case you're still wondering what this is an old canvas. It's really thick, and it's made for loading up with firewood, so you can carry it into your house or your fireplace. You just, you can see all the splinters from use, all the firewood. Sorry, splinters. I don't want to get them all over my bedroom, so you load your firewood up, you carry it in. It's thick and durable, and it makes a really unique fabric sound. Let's put that down on the floor so we don't get more wood splinters everywhere. Okay. Next up is the badminton racket. one is a newer trigger. To the channel. Well, it's not new. I've had them a long time, but I've recently started doing this with them. And these are the little wooden bamboo brushes, but some people are calling them boar's hair brushes. The box said bamboo. Now I know it. They might be talking about the handles, the bamboo handles. So anyway. They sound good on the beard too. Alrighty. Next up, I have to turn the gain down for these because we're going to put some spoons on the mic. Very nice. Everyone loves these, but I personally love them in moderation. I love them in moderation. I love them in moderation. Turn this back up a little bit there. Very nice, very nice. Next up, the avocado sponge, which I have not used in quite a while as well. One of my personal favorite triggers is wood tapping, specifically on the cedar plank. The cedar plank. Cedar plank's gonna be back a little later in this video. With a secondary use, a secondary trigger. And it smells really good. Okay. And I'm sorry that my stool is very creaky. Next up, one that I don't use very often. Ice globes. Ever since I sort of got more into fast and aggressive, I've sort of left these behind. What do you guys think about those with the grips on? Okay, next up is the Sponge Mommy. The Sponge Mommy. The Sponge Mommy. It's a Sponge Mommy. Sponge Mommy Sponge. Sponge Mommy. And the Sponge Mommy likes to eat her tingles. She likes to eat your tingles. Anyway. I've had this mouthwash bottle for a very long time. It makes a very nice, in my opinion, very nice thumpy, bassy sound. But it also, in my opinion, the star of the show is the cap, the lid sounds. Very nice. That was kind of a cool lid sound tapping combo. I might have to utilize that a little bit more in another video. Tingles, tingles, tingles. Tingles, 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 Give me your tingles, Mushroom Kingdom. Just kidding, guys. It's only me. Don't worry. Anyway, let's get back into some more triggers here. Let me fix my Rynsey red beanies. So, next is one that I got from the Goodwill for $5. And it's this broken TI-84 calculator. I'll tell you, that Bowser gets a lot of love. Personally, I don't get it, but you guys love that Bowser mask. And I hope that wasn't a jump scare. I'm really sorry. Anyway, I'm struggling to find more things to do with the TI-84 calculator. Let me know what you want to see with that in the future. Now we got the hair rollers on the mic cover. Hair rollers on the mic cover. This is another one I've done in a while. Really This is the Tingle Taco. Tingly and delicious. But anyway, let's move on. We're coming back to the cedar plank because we have, if it doesn't squeak too loudly, this is a piece of material called Dyson. It's a non-slip material for putting under plates or seat cushions or things you just don't want to slide around. And it's been a minute since I've used it, and it's kind of lost some of its stickiness and tackiness. I might have to find a new piece somehow. I might have to buy some more on Amazon. But I didn't want to forget about this guy. About him, you know, he's a classic. He's been there a long time now. This is the Cosmic Cube, and I wanted to include this because a lot of you really like the Cosmic Cube, but it's harder to do in long form videos because I can't see the colors on the cube. What colors do you see? I, from my angle, see green and blue and yellow. So I actually just had an alarm go off on my phone that canceled my video recording. So we're back. We're back and we're gonna finish up on the Cosmic Cube. Anyway, I wanted to include that because I really do like it for my live streams and my short form content. The glasses. if you play like role-playing games and things like that. But I saw it online, I think it was on Etsy, and I had to pick one up, and the guy who made it is super cool, and yeah, I might pick up another one. I had asked him if he could make one that looks like Captain America's shield, and he said that he could but can't because of copyright issues, which I understand. Which I totally understand. Let's go, O's. Let's go, O's. A little bit of hat tapping. Brim of my hat. And if you didn't know, I'm a huge Baltimore Orioles fan. Huge, huge, huge. My entire life. And it's so nice to have a winning team, finally. Scratching it with the raptor claws could be pretty good. What do you guys think? What should I do with this? It has a very unique texture. It's glittery, but the glitter doesn't fall off, which is the only reason I picked it up. Saturday live streams on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, every Saturday around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Live, tons of support, tons of fans, tons of viewers in the chat, just hanging out. And our next trigger is another one I have not done in a while. As a separate trigger. By the way, for those counting, tapping on the mini footballs is another thing that I have not done in a long time. ever used on the channel. I actually use this as props in the advertisements that I record for various companies. So, did you ever play that game growing up where in school you would spin the globe and wherever your finger lands is like where you would move to? It looks like I am moving to Athens, Greece. That's pretty cool. Let's see where you're gonna move to. You're gonna move to Lanzhou, China. And let's see, Southern Hemisphere. Oh, it looks like I'm moving to the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. Interesting place to live. Off of my phone, my iPhone 14 Pro Max. Do a little cell phone case, tapping and scratching cell phone case. Tapping and scratching, it's a Keystify case. I went with the ska checkers because, as you know, I do like ska music quite a bit, and I always like checker patterns. I don't know why. Sounds better when it's actually on my phone. It doesn't sound nearly as good when it's off the phone. Shout out Whisper Soft. I'm not nearly as good as he is, but we're measuring how long your nose is right now because it's a little long and I think you may have been telling a few fibs. Let's see, right now we're at about 10 inches. About 10 inches. Alright, what number do you see? What number? What number do you see? How about right here? What number? What number do you see right about here? Can you see a number? I don't even know if you can see it on the camera. That's one I've just been wanting to try. I've been wanting to try that one for a while now. as we are rolling through some of these triggers, you guys, let me get this one. I used this in one video before. People liked how the AirPods box sounded when I tapped on it. Let's just do a little bit of tapping here, a little bit of tapping. It's just a little mid-video reset, a little mid-video reset. I usually use this to set my microphone on for live streams or short videos. Nice. Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. This is actually a new mason jar. And I really am not feeling how this one sounds, if I'm being honest. Mason bottle that I bought today. And this one's actually a generic mason bottle. Later on in this video, we're gonna do the Rynsey mason jar, the one that you guys know, the one. We're gonna get to that one in a little bit. Don't worry. Don't worry. Alright, you guys, so let's put these on. You know we gotta do the green raptor gloves. Also, the green raptor gloves have a little bit of tackiness to them. A little bit of tackiness. A little bit of stickiness. I know, like I said, I just finished a live stream, so my arms are pretty much spent because it's very fast and aggressive on my lives. Very fast and aggressive on my lives. And by the way, I'm counting this as 2 triggers because we are putting the gloves on the microphone. So we got the green raptor gloves clacking, and we have mic triggers as well. Yeah, for those counting at home, this is 2. It's my channel, I can do what I want. Slow. this is also counting as 2 triggers. Because we have the squeezing and shaking. And we have the like. Got to 100,000 subscribers, and if you haven't, or you're here for the first time, you should consider subscribing and liking the video. I really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you. That being said, our next 2 triggers are 2 newer shaving cream filled balls. 2 newer shaving cream filled balls, which are pink and purple and pink and purple and spiky and spiky, pink and purple, pink and purple, pink and purple. And on the mic, I know we just kind of did this, but sounds good in my opinion. Let's just whisper a little bit while we're putting on the 10 tingles. So the 10 tingles are a very unique, very volatile trigger. And the reason I say that is because they have a mind of their own. Yes, the 10 tingles. The 10 tingles, when they are installed properly, have a mind of their own. They like to attack me while in a live stream. Now, I don't know if they're going to behave or not while recording long-form content. We'll have to find out. Sometimes they behave, sometimes they just attack me, and it is what it is. Almost there, you guys. We're almost there. If you wanted to skip ahead, you could. I'm sorry to hold you guys up, but can we consider whispering a trigger? I think so. Oh, God. Oh, God. We got the corgi toast, you guys. This is a cute little corgi toast. Corgi toast with a little corgi butt, corgi butt. Corgi butt, corgi butt, corgi butt. This doesn't make the best of sounds, but on the mic it sometimes does. It's just quite a bit of squishy triggers. You have a very karate choppable brain. Your brain is so karate choppable. Bam, bam, boom, 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 and it's acting like a heart. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, this is the brain, and for some reason, this is not cooperating. It seems like it was in my closet where there's a vent, and it was pretty cold. I think it needs to be warmed up a little bit. Next are the alien and frog hands. Alien and or frog hands on the mic. A little alien round of applause. Alien frogs, alien frog hands. And the next trigger was sometimes these alien hands like to give you a little brain examination when they abduct you. This is the stretchy chili pepper. This is the stretchy chili pepper. Put him on the mic. Put him on the mic. Stretchy chili pepper. Oh, he's getting a little tacky. It's so warm. It does make for some good sounding tippy taps, tippy taps, tippy taps. these are, so we'll just listen to the sounds. Cube, the long lost spot cube. The long lost spot cube makes good sounds. The long lost spot cube has fallen from grace. It has not gotten a lot of requests lately, and I'm kind of glad. In my opinion, it's a little bit boring, but it can still produce some pretty good sounds, in my opinion. Now, the next trigger. Orange fidget spinner. The orange fidget spinner with hand sounds. This is Cap the Squirrel, aka Pearl the Squirrel, Captain Squirrel. Now, this is hard to do, not on a TikTok video or on a YouTube short, so please forgive me if this doesn't sound very good. called, but it was sold as sounding like crunching on snow. What do you think? The big orange. The big orange. As I move my microphone, the big orange. Big orange specifically, because this is another trigger with dual purpose. These are little balls that I bought off the TikTok shop that were a failed trigger, but I decided to try and resurrect. They were way too much money for what they are. I got kind of ripped off. These are not globules, which we'll get into those in a little bit. She scared me. Sheba. Come here, baby. Oh. Well, she doesn't want to be in the video. I think she's kind of over being in videos. She's so cute, though. This is known as the fuzzy pickle, and it is one of the mainstays on my channel. So this case has a wonderful texture to it, a wonderful texture, and scratching the small case. If you like fabric scratching sounds, is amazing. Oh, and here's a new one. Mic gripping on a Blue Yeti mic. Recorded with a Blue Yeti mic. The tingles you didn't know you could have. Dual Blue Yetis. Little mic touching, mic rubbing. Looking a little bit sus, I know. But this is my old microphone, which unfortunately started biting the dust. But I can't get rid of it. I'm going to keep it on display next to the black when it comes. Because it's what started it all. It's what started it all. The Blue Yeti gray mic. And I'm actually bummed they don't make this color anymore as far as I can tell. Have the small caterpillars. The small caterpillars. The small caterpillars. This counts as two triggers, you guys. We got the clacks, and then we have the I think that sounds really, really good. This is the crinkle tube, which I don't usually use too often. The crinkle tube. This was one of the first triggers I ever used on the channel, and I quickly realized that it's just a little bit too basic for what I wanted. A little bit too basic. But it's still, you know, if I had more time to mess around with it, really find its groove, I think the crinkle tube could make a comeback. We just gotta bring its groove back, that's all. That's all. And now we have the original shaving cream filled balls. The original, the OG shaving cream filled balls. live streams, they get a lot of love. They get a lot of love. Lots of love. And then next we have the sticky wall balls. The sticky wall balls. It reminds me of like crackling, like if you have some food with oil in a pan. That's what it reminds me of. Getting a little squeaky. Why are you getting so squeaky, guys? Why are you getting so squeaky? I never really could get these to sound good on the microphone. Maybe it's just me. This is the Orbeez pineapple. As I move the microphone again, this new mic, it's not very secure. Orbeez pineapple. Crunchy, spiky balls. Crunchy and spiky. Crunchy, spiky balls. Crunchy, crunchy. Spiky, spiky. So these have been with me for a very long time. Sound on the microphone. Really, really like it. And these are the Walter Whites, the Walter White gloves, which I have not used in a very long time, but they're sounding pretty good today. They're sounding pretty good today. Walter White's. Now these were almost thrown away. I was giving up on the Walter White gloves, and I decided to do a video where all the triggers were trash, and I actually pulled these out of the trash and resurrected them, and a lot of people said they sounded good, so here they are. And our next trigger is actually sitting on the bed here. You might be able to see it. I forgot that I said it there. It's probably in shot. So it involves the raptor claws again. It involves the raptor claws again, but we got the word board went on a cruise. She went on an Orioles cruise. Yes, the Baltimore Orioles have an Orioles cruise. And she got this strand of beads when she got on the cruise ship. And I figured, why not give it a try? Why not give it a try? Why not? Why not give it a try? There's not a whole lot you can do with beads. I've tried using beads in videos before, and it's just not for me. It's just not for me. Which is going to lead me. There's one more thing that came with those beads, and it was this lei. This Orioles lei. And I wanted to... And yes, the Orioles have a cruise every year. There's some classic players in there. Like I think Mike Devereaux was there this year. I can't remember the other two players, but I wasn't there. My mom and my cousin went, and my aunt. I've actually never been on a cruise. But anyway, that's just two little triggers I wanted to try because they were sitting right here, and yeah, I just wanted to give them a shot. Let me know how they sounded, whether you're an Orioles fan or not. Let me know. So, next trigger is the spiky ball, the spiky ball, and I'm thinking about retiring this trigger because this was one of the first things I bought at the dollar store for an ASMR channel. I remember because I bought two of them and one of them popped. So it makes a little bit too rubbery of a sound for my taste. It makes a little bit too rubbery of a sound for my taste. But maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Because I'm running out of space to set the triggers I've already used. So up next, we've had the red, now we have the green mini solo cups, the green mini solo cups make good sounds. It's just me. I love the way that mini solo cup tapping sounds. And I'm really sorry my air keeps going on and off if the mic is picking it up. It's just too hot in Baltimore today. It's too hot for spring. Exhausting video to record, you guys know that. This is an exhausting video to record, but very, very worth it. Thank you all for the support. Alright, next trigger is another scanning one, and I honestly can't remember if I recorded this one already or not, but if we did, I don't care, I'm gonna count it. Skidding. 5 is because I can be closer to the camera. Now, I have not used slime on the microphone in a long time, and I really hope the slime isn't disgusting, because sometimes it gets old and sticky and it doesn't work as good. So let's give it a try, shall we? Like right now it's already sticking a little too much to me and I'm a little worried to put it on here, but let's give it a try. Yeah, I need to pick up some new slime, you guys. I need to pick up some new slime. I don't understand. It's never stuck to me like this before, but it starts to get old, I think, and it just sticks like crazy. So this is going to be a failure for this video, I'm sure. I'm sure. It still sounds good like that, though. Yeah, I can tell it's like losing. Okay, stomach, I can tell it's losing its form, its sound, like the way it's structured. That's the word I'm looking for, because it has a different smell too. It used to like have a scent almost like oranges, and now it just smells like chemicals. So something is changing with this slime, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep putting that on this new microphone for the time being. I kind of want to keep this mic as nice as I can for a while. Alright. Sorry guys. So, up next is another one. We're going back in time, you guys. I got the copper scrubbers. It's been a minute since I've used the copper scrubbers. Sorry for the mess, you guys. I hope it doesn't ruin the ambiance of the video. But hopefully the copper scrubbers sound nice. Blast from the past. You know, this video is really taking me back to my roots. Just a typical standard, you know, just a good trigger video. You know, ASMR was good back then. I miss those days a lot, actually. Speaking of blasts from the past, I bought this when I bought this at the dollar store, and I don't know what happened to the gray one. I'm a little bit bummed out. I don't have the gray one anymore, but I wish I had the other one. I would put it on the other side. OG blast from the past, you guys. It's been a while since I've used that trigger. Actually, I may check. Just making sure it was still recording. This is a lot of recording going into this video. Alright, next up, we have the pink flamingo brush. And recently in one of my YouTube shorts, or excuse me, in a TikTok video, maybe it was a YouTube short, I can't remember, I mentioned that pink flamingo lawn ornaments are a Baltimore Baltimore thing, and a lot of people didn't believe me. They 100% are a Baltimore thing. Another Baltimore thing is saying the word hun a lot, like, hey hun, could you hand me that? Or, hey hun, how you doing today? There used to be a cafe in Baltimore, in a part of Baltimore called Hamden, that was called Cafe Hun. And you know, it wasn't the best food or anything, but it was a fun Baltimore restaurant. And they had a gigantic sheet metal pink flamingo on the outside of the front of their restaurant, and it's since gone now. The restaurant closed down. But that pink flamingo is in a museum somewhere, I believe, or it's trying to get put in a museum. Might be the Visionary Art Museum, I'm not sure. But anyway, fun little Baltimore fact while I tap on a pink flamingo brush. Okay, what's next? We're coming up on the end of this video. This is a newer trigger. This little fidget board. Fidget board. Yep. For free from the TikTok shop, believe it or not, and you know, I'll keep it around a little bit, see what we can figure out with it. Fidget board action. Fidget. Fidget's a good trigger word, I think. I think fidget is a pretty good trigger word. Alright, this is a compound trigger. There are two triggers for this. First is some tingly box tapping. But the real star of the show is inside the box. It's got this little tingly pillow, and if I could get a grip on it. There we go. A little tingly pillow, and for whatever reason, I think my hands are just tired after 2 hours of recording footage so far, plus an hour and a half live. I think I'm wearing down, you guys, so please forgive me. Don't unsubscribe. I'm just kidding. I'm really trying to get 100 minutes of footage for this video, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not. Fabric rustling. Yeah, I'm wearing down, you guys. I'm sorry. I usually like to bring the energy in these videos, but I am starting to wear down. Please forgive me. Alright, we still got more to go. Though. We're not there yet. Next, these little guys are kind of new. This is a little octopus. Little whale. A little octopus and a little whale. without the fatigue. We gotta keep going. We gotta push through. We're almost there. Alright. Next, this is called a fish egg, I believe, a frog egg, excuse me. And it's a Orbeez ball with black Orbeez and a highlighter-like fluid inside of it. And I'm actually going to dispose of this after this video because I had two of them and one of them popped and I had yellow highlighter fluid all over the place, all over me. It wasn't like it was just like a leak, but a big enough leak to cause a problem. So I don't trust it, and I think after this video I'm gonna get rid of this one. Unless you guys for some reason absolutely love this Orbeez ball. Speed round, a little mic brushing. Mic brushing. Little mic brushing. Mic brushing mouth sounds. Here's two that are kind of long lost. I've gotten deep in the jar now, deep in the cabinet now. If you remember the name of this little guy, let me know in the comments. Even though I'll probably say it anyway, because I do miss, you know what? I'm gonna say it anyway. This is the fuzzy olive. I love this little fuzzy olive. Again, this is before, this was a trigger from before I became a more fast and aggressive channel. So it's hard to do this fast and aggressive. Actually, Mrs. Rynsey bought this for me. I did a Christmas video once where I gave her money to buy a bunch of triggers and wrap them up like Christmas gifts without me knowing what they were, and I unwrapped them and used them on camera for the first time ever. It was a lot of fun. I don't know where half of that stuff got to. But this is known as the fuzzy orange. It's got like a putty style substance inside of it. Once you get it going, it sounds pretty good. Okay. Alright. My hands are like really smooth from doing all of these triggers. They're starting to get really tired too. Alright. So, I'm gonna try this one real quick. This is another slime that I have, and the last time I used it, it worked out pretty. I can already tell this isn't gonna work. Look, Yeah, this isn't going on my mic. This was a fail. I'm actually throwing this away. This is gonna get thrown away today. That's way... Yeah, oh god, it was stuck on my hand. It's way too sticky. I think it's just a little too warm out. And the warmth isn't helping things. So this is another beanbag kitten. And this is a little mermaid kitten. Little mermaid. Similar to the hairstylist dog, but this is a kitten. This is a kitten. This is another kitten. This is a baked potato kitten. Baked potato kitten. I almost dropped that. This is a bigger kitten. Because he eats a lot of baked potatoes. Potatoes. Baked potato. Plushie, like little beanbag plushie, and of course, mine were both kittens. I really wanted a pickle. This counts as 2, by the way. We're coming up towards the end, guys. Towards the end. We got the other candle. Smell my tingles, smell my tingles. Smell my tingles, smell my tingles. These tingles are delicious. Smell my tingles, smell my tingles, smell my tingles. Smell my tingles, smell my tingles. I have the best smelling tingles on the internet. My tingles smell so good. Smell my tingles. Smell my tingles. Smell my tingles. Pineapple yet. We did not do the orange pineapple. Guys, I didn't realize how much, how exhausting recording this long video would be. So this is the heart. This is the heart disco ball, another one that I have not used in probably a year and a half. Probably a year and a half then. It's just a little boring. I'm not really sure how else to use it. It's not very smooth, so it's hard to run something. It's hard to run things over it. You can really just tap on it and kind of rub your fingernails on it. next is the mason jar that you all know and love. Alright, we gotta hurry up and get through this video because my phone died in the middle of recording and I have to re-record a couple of them. And I'm only at about 20% left. So up next is the teeny tiny little box. The teeny tiny little box. Sorry, that was a trigger from somebody else, but I've been playing around with the idea of doing a video in that style. Been thinking about it, we'll see what happens. Okay, next. The watermelon sponge. The watermelon sponge has these little black seeds that ever so subtly catch you on the microphone. So tired, you guys. Please bear with me. Hopefully most of you are sleeping by now. Hopefully most of you are asleep. But we already did the big yellow sponge tapping. Here's the double big yellow sponge on the microphone. Kevin, Home Alone, anybody? One of my favorite movies when I was a kid was Home Alone. I could recite every word. This is a silly one. It is a whisk, where we whisk up the tingles. I know I'm rushing through these, you guys. I gotta be a man of my word. Gotta be a man of my word. Get 100 triggers into this video. We got to. Yeah, I still hang on to that thing. I'm not really sure why I still hang on to the whisk. I really don't like it, but I do love. It's the rough sponge, another classic that I rarely use anymore. I don't know why I rarely use it. slacking on the smoother sack search, and I don't know what to say. But they really need a smoother sack. A smoother sack. We gotta find a smoother sack. You know, I need some of those Crown Royal bags, the purple bags that like that liquor comes in. I don't drink it, but I need to find some Crown Royal bags. Because these eggs really do need a smoother sack. It'll just be better for everyone. Alright. What's next? Let's go. Let's go, O's. Let's go. Let's go, O's. Oh, see, look, there's one of those little blue bristles from the rough sponge stuck. Anyway, I haven't used that in a while. It was in the very bottom of this cabinet where my microphone is sitting on. We have 3 more. One of Mrs. Rynsey's favorite triggers is the netted Orbeez ball. She loves this thing. Personally, I could take it or leave it. The only reason I still keep it around is because she likes it. And sometimes, yeah, I can get a good, like, sometimes I can get a good tacky, like, sticky tapping on it, but not today. Alright, 2 more to go. This isn't a jump scare. It's not a jump scare. I don't want you guys to be nervous. But I bought this when I made that Halloween video I made a couple years ago where I set up the ring light and I was like reaching through it, which I've noticed a few ASMR artists using that style lately, and I think it's really cool. I'm not saying they got it from me. That video actually didn't do very great. Anyway, this is one that I might retire. I really never use it, ever. I think it's time to retire it. And our last trigger is one that I have never, ever done before, and I wanted to try it for the first time in this video, which is probably a mistake because I'm probably going to fail at it. Okay, let's open these up. I haven't had very long time. Right. So the green apple were like powderized almost. They weren't really crystals. But the cherry is looking like it's gonna be promising. Ow. Okay, guys. I think there's a reason why I never used Pop Rocks before, and I just don't have it in me to use them. Everyone, thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers. That's insane. I want to thank everyone I've met along the way. Viewers, fans, commenters, other creators. Thank you, Mihi and Simp for Super Soldiers, two of my many mods, but you two go above and beyond. Thank you so much for keeping chat in line during my live streams. I can't thank you enough. I don't know how to thank you. Everyone, I really appreciate you viewing. Like and subscribe. Find me on TikTok. Everyone, have a good night. Bye.